We here at Nibbles love music, and we know you do too. But have you ever wondered the role of technology behind the harmonious music you enjoy every day? How laborious was music creation in the past decades? Grab a drink and tune your volume to soprano for the first episode of this season as one of Ghana's finest music producers, Kojo Steve, disseminates the inside out of music production. This is not a pitch. And oh, don't forget to take notes.
Welcome to the Nibbles podcast. I'm your number one host, Melash.
Hi guys, listen to the Nibbles Tech podcast.
And today we have one of the baddest producers in our midst. But before I introduce him, I want to go a bit of the rap way to see if I'm good at it. So Tupac is to rap, Adele is to pop, Melash is too hot. Nibbles is the G. Today's topic is music and technology. Trust me, this episode here, it go be. Steve, or Kojo Steve, is our producer, our panelist today. Will I make it to mentor 1 or mentor 2? Great. So welcome to the Nibbles podcast.
Thank you.
So let's just cut to the chase. We know of music from people like T-Pain and how they've used technology to influence their voice. Beyonce, Adele, Rihanna, and we nod to their musics. It's been great hearing all of those people, and we can admit to the fact that without producers, those people will be nothing. Mm-hmm. So, as we have you on the show, we believe you can throw more light on how technology has actually contributed to the change of music, or let's say how it has influenced music right now. So tell us more, enlighten us.
Okay. First of all, let me start by saying good evening to your listeners, and I hope everybody is doing well through this crisis. Technology has really helped music. Now we don't have to struggle to go to places, walk miles to go to places before we can do music. Now you can just be in your one corner and you can do music, and people are going to jump to it. That is how far technology has brought us. Technology has really taught us that nothing is impossible. Let me take you a little bit back. In the days of analog, we used to have all the machines. For instance, you have your PC, you have your mixer, you have your mics, you have the drums, the live drums, all the sets, and you need to have a piano, and you need to have the acoustic guitars and all the types. You need to have all the types of effects, the boards and everything. You were supposed to have all those things, and aside that, you need to have a tape burner. So it means when you are recording, there's a tape going around, burning what you are recording directly into the tape. And if you miss, that tape is going to be is going to be bad. So it means you need to take the tape out, buy another tape, and record. But today, things have changed. All these things that I've mentioned have been programmed into softwares, whereby you just be in your room and you have everything on your PC. All you need to do is to install them, and you use it. You finish, you burn it on, if it is a CD or a pen drive, you do it and you are good to go. So technology has really helped us.
Wow. So you have to buy all those gadgets before you can do one song. Yeah. I can imagine
Yeah,
how much people pay to do music that those times.
imagine the road. That's why those people, those legends who made music in the past with all those gadgets, after making the music from the studio, they go straight to the market. They don't waste time. So they were making money through the DJs and the streets, because the streets were selling it. They were selling it, and that was how they were making more money. But now everything has become so easy because of technology. Now, when you finish your song, you don't have to now go and meet some distributor on the road and say, please, I want you to sell my thing for me, this and that. Or you don't need to make a big launch, say that I'm launching my first single, so please come and buy it. No, now, so technology has made it so easy that you can be in your room, record, mix and master, and all you need to do is to go online, look for a distribution company online, just pay a small fee, and they will distribute your music across the world. So you can see the margin of how technology has has closed this type of hassle
Wow.
for production. Yes, so
Interesting.
that's, that's putting that
Interesting
in.
to know. Wow. So as you were talking about how technology has influenced this. And I was actually reading some things online. And I came across what we call digital audio workstations, which is popularly known as DAW. So, I realized that there are so many DAWs or digital audio workstations. Share some light on that. Which one is the best?
Um, Day in day out, people have their opinions on this. When you go on YouTube, people try to rate the best softwares, and some people feel like you know rating the best softwares is going to improve their works. So based on that, they try to categorize it. But I don't really think that. To me, my opinion is that we can't have we can't have like the best door, because if you are working with one software, you are very used to it. Okay, and you can do like you can do like um so much with that software. It becomes your best. You get so much out of it.
So it's more about how you are used to the DAW you are using. Is that so?
Yes, to me, I think is the experience. If you have experience with that particular software, the best comes out of it. You get the best out of it. You can't say when. Okay, let me give you an example. When you are using Qubit, okay, that is what you are very good at. Somebody sees Cubase as the best because he's very good at using Cubase. Now, when the person sees you using another software, the person feels that you are not using the best software because he can't use the software you are using when you give him the chance to do it. So it becomes a challenge for that person. So the person tends to challenge you to say that his software is the best. But in the same case, you also say that your software is the best because you know how to manipulate that software better than he does. So in this case, which is which?
Interesting. Interesting to know
So
that.
yes. So to me, those things the people say like this one is best, this one is best, this one is best, this one is best. I don't believe in those things, because even though I'm very good at FL, I've tried Cubase, I've tried Studio One, and some other ones. They are not that much different.
So, Steve,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Steve. I can hear you. So let's continue
Okay.
from the new side. So you've spoken so much about DAOs and how it's more about how you are experienced with a particular DAO. So, I mean, you were mentioning some things back when you were talking about analog and digital and buying all those equipment and things like that. How do those kind of softwares program now fit into those dials now?
They were able to make them softwares. So so those softwares are now called VSTs. They've 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 categorized them into VSTs. So you can have something like Nexus. Nexus is a very powerful machine. It can also be used for synthesizer, and it's like a keyboard, very big, but it has now been programmed into a software which you can just install on your machine, and that software is being called VST.
Wow.
So that VST, when you install it on your machine, you can open it in any of your Fruity Loops or your Cubase or whatever, and it works the same way as the machine.
Oh, okay. So VSC, in this sense, for our listeners, is a virtual studio technology. It's like you plugging various parts of things together in your own VST, or sorry, in your own DAW. So,
Yeah.
Steve, we came across an artist, a popular artist called T-Pain, and we hear how he uses something they call Autotune to make his voice sound so nice. Thinking about that, how has music actually affected singing? Somebody tells me some time back that the person singing is not using her natural voice, and I'm like, how is that possible? I can hear her very good. So, Steve, how has technology or various DAOs affected the way people sing, or technology affected the way people sing?
Okay. First of all, let me correct this by saying that before Autotune came, there was there were people singing. Autotune was created because some people had a voice that was so clean,
Wow.
and yes, and they had
Easy voice.
to take yes they had to just use their voices to create the software for us. So
Whoa.
when your voice is not good and they put your voice into the software tries to correct it and make it sound very good.
Hey.
So for instance, T-Pain can sing, okay, but he came out with a brand of autotune. He can sing very well, but he decided to leave a legacy of being the first person to break through with autotune. You understand? But
Interesting.
autotune autotune is supposed to correct voices that are not good. It can make under normal circumstance anybody can sing. Anybody can sing in the world. It just takes it can take you like 1 month to just know how to sing, or 2 months, depending on how good you want, like how passionate you want to sing.
So I can
But if
sing
you can't sing, oh yeah,
with my baby
if you
voice.
practice, you can sing. If you practice,
Oh, I can sing.
if you practice, you can sing.
France and Samir, if you listen to this episode, please note that you can now sing thanks to technology.
Yeah, it can just auto-tune. Aside auto-tune, something else came after auto-tune. Something else came which even made things more easier. It's called Melodyne.
Whoa.
In Fruity Loops, we have something we call Newton, and these two softwares, when you sing and your keys are off, maybe you are singing in C and you end up singing in D. Melodyne and Newton can bring your key back to C, and it makes it correct. So someone can hear the song and be like, "Yo, this person is good. This person is good." That's why we have people. That's why we have performers and we have singers. We have people who can perform, and we have people who can sing. Somebody like Kelvin Boy. Kelvin Boy is a performer. He does live shows. Okay, and somebody like Wale is not going to be good with live because he's going to be flat all the time.
Hey, you're
But
gonna
when
have a
he's in,
fight though.
oh, I mean, we are being real here now.
The the
We are
the
being real.
the
Yes,
Shatta fans and the Kevin Boy fans will beat you. I don't want anybody got to chase you.
no, okay. Let me put it this way. I'm not trying to put
I know, I know,
people
I
against each
know.
other, but
I
I'm
know, I
just
know. You're
trying.
just being factual.
Huh. So these softwares with technology, as time went on, technology brought up as is changing the game for so many people. It's Africa that we get so intense with the fact that somebody cannot sing and people are talking about it so much. People are getting aggressive about the fact that this person cannot sing. Why is it getting so popular and all that? It's Africa that we are so anxious about all these things. But when you go to America, America has so many people who don't even have a voice, but they are making billions of dollars because softwares have made it possible for them to do music and sell, and they are making money out of it. There are so many songs on Billboard that doesn't make sense to me, but they are on Billboard. Why? Because they found a way to use technology to make music that has a standard quality and is making sales for them.
Wow.
So
That's interesting to know.
if we would also understand technology like the way they are also doing, I mean, we will stop nagging about how this person that cannot sing, this person is this person is that, and focus on business. You get me?
Yeah. So, Steve,
Yes.
you're talking about how good technology has made it, or how easy technology has made it for music production. So now I'm going to ask you, how easy is it to make a song? Or tell us about your music or production process. Maybe enlighten us a bit. Let's see how hard or how easy it is. Because you've made it sound like it's so easy. Everybody can sit in this room and do it. So you tell me more
Well,
about that.
well, if you want to be a music producer or a music engineer, and you are having these plenty thoughts about how to start. Me, everybody has their formulas, like how they start. Me, I don't really have a specific formula when I'm starting music. When I'm starting to make a beat, for instance, it comes with a feeling. How the feeling comes, I might start with melodies. When I feel like starting with melodies, I start with melodies, then I go with the drums. Another feeling can tell me to start with the drums and go with the melodies. But these are the basic formulas I use all the time: melodies and drums, drums or melodies. So some people also have this formula, like they play a melody and they wait for the artist to come and sing before they lay the drums, so that um, they can play with the person's vocals. Where they think the person's vocal is somehow sweet and stuff, they can play more stuff there and all that stuff. Some also feel like they play the whole thing, they play the drums and the melodies and everything, give it to the artist. Most of the time, that's what I do. I play, I play the melody and the drums, everything, and I send it out. Unless somebody sends me a vocal, like an acapella, and the person wants me to play around with the vocal. That is when I play this a little bit and play that a little bit. But to make it simple, I mean, if you
Wow.
want to start, you can just start with the melodies, because when you play the melodies, it takes you to a place where you feel like, if I have this hi hat here or I have this snare here, it will make sense. Somebody will listen to just the melody and start thinking about maybe EDMs or metal drums. You know, when you start with the drums, is really hard to picture the kind of melody you want to play on it. When you start with a melody, you can just build up with the drums.
Interesting. You spoken much about music production. For our listeners, or I actually went to Steve, or I've seen Steve produce, and trust me, he's good. He is good. The way he thinks and the way music comes to him is unique. You should see him in action. You know, music is something that we can all relate to, from Bob Marley to blues to you name it, Amachi the Days and all of that. Thank you for coming over, Steve, or joining us on this Nibbles podcast.
Yeah, sure.
We'll be glad to have you next time, anyways. Would you want to leave a shout out, or maybe a song, or maybe an a cappella of any of your songs before you go?
Oh, I just want to give shout outs to everybody who is doing music and who wants to do music, because for some time now I've been getting emails about people who like want to produce, and they feel like I can teach them to boost their stuff. So I just want to tell them to not give up and just continue doing what they are doing, because the passion is going to take you to your destination. If you don't have the passion, just work hard and you get there. They should just follow the passion and they'll get there, even though it's not easy.
Thank you, Steve. Vada boom, vada ba. It's the Nibbles podcast. And our panelist has been Kojo Steve, and I'm your number one host, Belash. Catch you on the next episode. See you next time.